Let me grab something. Oh no, I'm stuck. I can't get out.
What are you doing, step bro?
No, whoa, help me.
Right. So, just gonna have the fucking topics over here, I guess. And we're gonna go with it.
Oh shit.
So,
Have we already begun?
yeah, kind of, but it's just like, if there's something, like, it's just recording already.
Yeah.
If we have stuff that we don't want to show, or you don't want to include it, just take it out.
I'm gonna be such an old person at this now. So how do I get to the type into Bing just to get Google? Now you kids with your technology. And
One finger handling
no, it's
everything.
not even that. It's the tap go. Tap go.
Why is the keyboard up moving?
That's the issue with you kids. You don't understand the value of a good handwritten letter. It's like granddad, you've had a stroke, you can't write for shit. It's just like, you kids always with the quick retorts. Oh, fuck it out. Alright, cool, let's get started.
Right, so I was thinking, how is that allowed on YouTube? I'm talking about that video I sent you with the nude news or something like that.
They get nude as it goes along, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they even start nude.
I'll be honest, right? That's wrong. But it wasn't clickbait.
It wasn't.
They
clickbait,
fucking delivered.
They did it.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's quite a common show that they do, but it's just like, how is that allowed on YouTube?
How did you find it?
I don't even remember actually. Weirdly enough, I don't remember though.
Because the thing is, like, you sent it to me, but I didn't see it until the next day because Discord didn't alert me. I was like, what is this, right? And I clicked on it, and then I was just like, I've never paid attention to the news before. Until I saw that one video.
Fair enough.
And then, like, the worst part is like, it snaps you out. At first, like, when I was, like, watching it, I was like, oh man, I can't believe this happened. And I was like, wow. And I look back at the screen, like, what the fuck? Where'd her shirt go? Right? And I'm like, that's it. And the next thing you know, her cooch is out. I'm like, oh fuck, jeez.
I don't remember what I was looking for. I think I was watching videos on how there existed porn on YouTube, like proper Japanese and shit porn.
Oh shit.
And they were called, like, I think it was something along the lines of, like, top best diamonds in the world.
Yeah.
No life insurance, something like that.
Do you remember?
It doesn't exist.
Do you remember Ray William Johnson?
Yeah.
In one of his in the golden age of YouTube when everything was allowed.
Yeah.
There was a video he reviewed where it's like a weird Japanese fetish where they take like an egg, right?
Yeah.
And they crack it open.
Yeah.
And they just keep the yolk.
Okay.
And the guy puts it in his mouth, right? He doesn't like eat it or anything, and then a girl shows up and like a mother bird, he just kind of like plops it into her mouth.
Right.
And then she like keeps it in her mouth, and I'm like, oh yeah, it is an egg yolk. And then she pops it back into his mouth, and they keep doing this back and forth. And like I was watching it, I was like, yo, even for like =3, this is weird. Like, I don't know why he's reviewing this.
Yeah, I was just looking for that fucking thing to see, like, if the porn on YouTube still exists, and it doesn't apparently. Yeah. But then I just got like naked nudes or something. I don't even remember the name. But yeah, naked nudes is like, okay.
The thing is, YouTube's always, like, even now in a sense, you get what's the word, softcore porn technically.
Well, yeah.
But what was it? Prank invasion? What up, invaders?
You still exist.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'm gonna kiss my sister. His best friend.
What's up, guys? Chris from Prank Invasion here. I'm about to make out with my sister like 2 days later. So it turns out making out with your sister is illegal because of this stupid thing called the law. Right? And human
I don't know who made that.
Yeah, I don't know who this asshole is, right? But yo, the law, I see you. Square up, boxing match, you and me. The thing is, he was what was it? He does the most. It's the worst part is like you think like, oh, everyone knows it's a prank. Like, I mean, it's all fake.
How is that a prank though?
No,
I'm gonna kiss my sister.
Sorry,
prank.
not a prank. Everyone knows it's fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you still get the 10-year-olds going like, "Wow, you did it!" and stuff. It's as childish as going like,
"You did it. You kissed your sister."
It's like
power to you.
It's like going up to a girl and being like, well, I want to play a quick game for a quick long-term relationship, right? I'm gonna flip a coin. If it's heads, I go out with you. Tails, you go out with me.
Yeah.
It's like that. So what he does is like the one thing he did, quick game for a quick kiss. He was like, I've got like a super secret handshake, and if you can figure out how this handshake works, no, if you can't figure out how this handshake works. You have to give me a nice, slow kiss. And the girl just goes, okay. I was just sitting there going, damn his arm.
Who is this guy?
He's so mysterious.
That's what I was gonna say.
With all the wristbands he's wearing. he's got one on his. He's got like each one on his left arm is how many girls he's made out with, and each one on his right arm is how many minors he's made out with.
This is how many sisters I have, though.
It's just a coil. the dude just fucking boinging all of them. But yeah, no. Prank invasion. Oh, that dude's golden.
In the wrong way.
100%. I mean, like, yeah, you're laughing at him more than, but you know, the dude's got money.
Yeah, true.
And because of the money, he's got game.
Actually, guys, they're doing that as well. Not that specifically, but you heard about the fucking Dobre brothers wanted to fight Cody Ko.
Yeah. They want to fight him because he's using free speech to his advantage and criticizing their crap content. Yeah, I remember this.
Well, let's be fair here though. Free speech doesn't apply to big companies and all that because they're not government companies.
Yeah.
But he's not really doing anything wrong.
Well, he's a standard commentator. I don't get this, right? He's doing what every other commentary channel does.
Yeah.
But he gets the most heat for it.
Yeah, because he talked about them. Because he's a small kid YouTuber,
true,
according to them.
True.
Just spreading positivity, guys.
Yeah. Fighting wars, knock it off.
I did a vibe check on this guy. Woo! He's not positive.
The thing is, what was it? What happened to the Paul brothers?
To the what?
The Paul brothers, Logan, and I haven't come across my favorite news channel going, "What's up, guys? It's Gears here." Today, crazy news.
I
Logan
think they just stopped being cunts.
Oh shit!
Or as much of dickheads. I think Logan Paul like ages ago got a bit like of a I'm a grow up now.
He fought KSI.
Yeah. And then they fought again.
They fought again, and then the lesser of two evils won.
Yeah.
Like, the least dickhead won.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's it. He went off the radar. But like, did you see the video after the fight had happened? It went viral where Jake Paul's like crying in the changing room, going like, "You said you could have beaten him, but you didn't. Now I want to fight him." I was like, what?
They started this weird trend though with boxing matches on YouTube.
100%.
So weird.
100%. The thing is, what was it? You know when they first squared up against each other? It was Deji versus Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And the like Comedy Shorts Gamer, and then it was KSI versus Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Right. And like you know the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Right. When they like size up the two people together.
Mm.
Yeah. It was so bad. Like KSI clearly worked his ass off.
Right.
Right. You could clearly see that he was he like got into shape and all of that malarkey.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what was it? Logan Paul also did the same thing. Jake Paul looked ripped. Jake Paul's always been ripped, but it's quite clear that Deji's never worked out like a day in his life. Right. And when they went in for the weigh-in, you got like Jake Paul and he's looking ripped as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they brought in Deji, and I was just sitting there going like, "Oh, this kid's gonna lose." And like, the worst part was I was supporting Deji, right? And like the thing is,
Deji doesn't have much to support.
No. But the thing is, like, you know, when he lost that fight,
yeah,
right? The thing when he lost, I'm just gonna be like, "Yeah, you lost." Like that's it. There's no like, "Oh, he gave his all out there" and stuff.
No,
like,
he just
he didn't stand a chance. But you got all these comments going like, "Yo, Jake Paul won the fight, but Deji won the night," and you're just like, "Yeah, but Jake Paul's getting paid for this. Like he's getting paid more for this, and he's got some meaningless title."
Yeah.
And like the call outs near the end. "Yo, Chris Brown, I'll fight you."
Why Chris Brown?
Because he beat up Rihanna.
Oh yeah, that story happened.
Rihanna's got a jaw like Sylvester Stallone. She took those hits, dude. Jeez.
Okay, no.
The thing is, if I'd won and I had to call someone out, I'd call out someone completely left the field. I'll just be like,
Kevin Hart, I don't like your comedy. Goddamn. Whoa.
I'll be like, yo, my year 5 geography teacher.
Come at me, bro.
Jeez. It did start a weird trend. Having said that, right, the pay-per-view, like the money they made off of it was unreal.
Yeah, they got so fucking hyped though. Holy shit. I don't think that would happen with every people. Like for example, the Dover brothers wouldn't get that much support though.
Yeah, true. Not buying tickets, knock it off.
Stop bullying me.
No, well, here's the thing, because I think the biggest appeal about the whole the Paul brothers versus KSI and Deji was versus the Ology DBT brothers, right? Was the fact that it was like brother against brother, basically.
Yeah.
Like 2 against.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was the thing is I was like watching Logan Paul's build up to his second fight with KSI.
Yeah.
Because it'd show up on Snapchat every now and then.
Oh yeah. Because they hyped quite a bit fucking Logan Paul.
Yeah, and I was like seeing that, and he was like, oh, I've really improved from the first time and stuff like that. And I watched like highlights of it. Like he hasn't improved a single bit. Now I'm not saying I can box or anything, but like if you put the side by side comparison, he got tired so fast.
Logan
Paul.
Oh. Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch much of it. I just remember how people thought Jake Paul was fucking miserable compared to everyone else.
Yeah, he was crying and stuff like that. Did you see who was Logan Paul's champ? Trainer.
No.
It was this. It's this huge black dude, right? And he's a boxer as well. What? And he's famous for. So there are these 2 brothers that are in boxing, the Klitschko's, right? Yeah. Vladimir Klitschko. I think that's how Anthony Joshua got his like first title. That's who he beat.
Why did they have a lisp? Just massive, like boy chick. I'm way thick.
I remember Anthony Joshua. Right. The thing is, no. So this dude wanted to like challenge the Klitschko brothers, right? This I can't remember his name, but like it was so bizarre. He couldn't fight. The older Klitschko brothers, so he kept going after Vladimir, right? And like to the point where like Vladimir would be training in like the ring, and he'd come up and he'd be like, let's go champ.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
He was training Logan Paul, right? And like the thing is, that dude, right? He came up to Vladimir when he was like in a restaurant eating, and he's like, whatever you eat, I'm eating. And he took like a fork and started eating from his plate, right? And Vladimir's like, you need to cool off, and he takes like a glass and like puts like water on his head, right? And naturally, like, he loses his shit. But the funny thing is like he tries to lose his shit, but his shoes give way on the ground. So like literally just like he nearly trips and he like pulls the table across, right? I was sitting there thinking like, man, this dude's fucking retarded, right? And then it cuts to after the fight with Logan Paul and KSI. Jake Paul's crying, going like, and he's looking at this dude and he's like, you said he could win. You said my brother could win. And even he was like, man, this kid's crazy. What?
This ninja.
My Nigel, what? But yeah, so I don't know. It drummed up a lot of sales, like movie level sales. Genuinely.
Fair enough, man. And with that segue,
thank you.
Series/movies watched. So you just watched Star Wars, the last one. You wanna get into it?
Look, all right. I don't want no trouble, so I'm gonna keep this short. It was fucking terrible. Right? It was so bad. Like the thing is, I hadn't seen I hadn't seen the one previous to this, but I'd seen the one before that.
Yeah.
Right? And I could kind of guess where the story was going. But through the whole thing, my only issue with the entire movie was the main character, Rey.
Oh yeah, the girl. Yeah,
the movie could have been so much quick, but for some reason she was like, Rey's got a lot of inner difficulties. And then she keeps wandering off, going like, don't worry, I'll be back, right? Yeah. And then her team gets in trouble.
Terminator, calm down.
No, genuinely. But she's like, her team gets in trouble, right?
Yeah.
And then she's just like, because of me, they're in trouble. I'm like, well, yeah, stop wandering off. Stick as a group, right? And then And then what is it? The Force as well. Like now it can be used to heal people.
And by everyone as well.
Yeah.
It used to be kind of rare.
Yeah. But now it can be used to heal people as well.
Oh, fuck, Naruto.
Yeah.
Space Naruto.
Genuinely, it is space Naruto. Because what happens is she. It isn't much of a spoiler. They enter like this little cave area, right? And they see a dead body, and they're like, "Oh, that's a dead body," right? And then they're like, "Man, how do we get out of this cave now that we've entered it?" Right? And then out of nowhere, they turn around, and there's like this weird snake thing that looks like its face looks like the tip of a bell end. I'm not even gonna lie, right? But like, it was there, and it was just going. It was doing snake stuff. It was going, right?
Snake stuff.
Right? It was doing snake stuff. Right? So there's a scene in it, right, where the snake shows up, and one guy pulls out a gun, Ray pulls out a lightsaber, yeah, okay, and then Finn, played by my G John Boyega, was no.
Oh, thank God.
Right? Finn, played by John Boyega, was doing his thing, doing his part in this scenario and just being black, right? And then what happens is Ray's like, there's something, I know what's up with this snake. So she gives John Boyega the lightsaber, right? And she walks over, and the snake's like, the snake clearly doesn't like to be touched. I think he's got a mild form of like ADHD or something, right? And what happens is like she like steps over it, and it shows that the snake is wounded, right? So what she does is she like puts her hand on it, and then like I don't know, like the face this is another issue I have with the movie.
Like stay.
No. The issue I have with this movie is the face she makes. You know, like whenever it looks like a character's focusing on her power. Yeah. The face she makes when she's focusing on her power looks like she's got acid reflux, like when you're holding in a burp. Right. She's like. Right, and then next thing you know, the snake is healed. Right.
I mean, maybe she had like. The wound was gross or something.
Oh my god, every scene though, it was horrible. But like the snake is healed, and then the snake notices that she healed her. Yeah. And then the snake just goes, "Oh, snake," and then just leaves, right? But as it leaves, it unlocks the front door to this like little cave area, and then they get out. And I was like, well, that's convenient. Like she healed the snake. The snake clearly it was like, alright, sweet, now I can eat you. but it leaves, unlocks the front door. It's like, oh yeah, it's go through there. Yeah. Make sure you leave a tip for Shannon in accountings. It's so bad. The fight scenes were kind of meh as well. They need to get better like fight choreographers for this. Genuinely, it's so bad. It's not even fighting. It's like dancing fighting, and that's coming from a guy who's watched Bollywood movies, right? It's so bad. Like, yeah, quite literally. Like, it's so bad. She fights She fights Kylo Ren, right? Ooh, who does he?
What?
Yeah, right. And when she fights him, what ends up happening is like, she holds the lightsaber how you would hold a sword, and they're like swinging, and then she's like, I can't beat it. So then she like looks at the lightsaber. And then just turns upside down and like tries to like jab. and then Kylo Ren, you're thinking like, oh, that's stupid. Kylo's not gonna like fall for that. But he's like, oh my god, she changed style so fast. I can't figure out the moves. Yeah, right. So what he does is he's like, and you know he's got like the 3-point light, like it actually looks like a sword, right? So like what he does is he's like, wait a minute. And then he turns his blade upside down, and then she's like, wait a minute, he stole my technique.
Right? He's a Chinese ping pong player.
Unbelievable. He was like, that's his style. Like, it was horrible. And I was sitting there thinking, like, this, good thing I didn't pay for this movie. Like, oh my god, what about you?
Should I complain any more about Prison Break?
I think the listeners should hear this.
Because I have 25 minutes already recorded about Prison Break and how much I fucking hate it. Really? Like, it's not about me hating it. It's like, I like the first season. Yeah. And I watched all of it. I mean, all of it that was available. Apparently there's a 5th season coming out. Yeah. Because fans and shit.
I guess so.
First of all, after watching everything, there's a big issue that I have with it. Because, like, right after the last episode of season 4, there's one other episode that's like 2 times as long, if not 3 times as long as every episode. Okay. Yeah. And the last episode, meaning the 1 hour and a half episode one, like it happens between the 5 last minutes of the episode before it.
Right.
It's like between those 5 minutes. So in 1 minute, spoiler alert, he's getting married.
Yeah.
On the other minute, his disease killed him. Right?
Okay.
Big spoiler, okay?
Yeah.
But in those 5 minutes where he gets married and he dies, there's a 1 hour and a half episode.
Yeah.
That they didn't show originally, but then they did.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, okay. It kind of explains how they all got out, I guess.
The thing I don't like in most of these TV series and in movies, you know, whenever they like make it look like there's a lot at stake when there clearly isn't. If you like step back and realize, oh, why don't you just do this, this, and this?
Oh
and yeah. You remember the first Harry Potter movie, Philosopher's Stone?
Maybe.
There's a scene in it where like they're playing a big game of chess.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know Ron Weasley's sitting on the horse.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna be a knight, I am, right? And what happens is like when they're playing chess, it's he goes like rook to bishop 4, right? And then the rook goes to bishop 4, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And I don't play a lot of chess, but what happens is there's a scene in it near the end where so the way it works is, you know, they each play a role. Hermione figured out like how to get to like the next level, and the next level's chess.
Yeah.
Right? She gets left behind. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then it's Harry and Ron and they're playing chess. And then halfway through Ron's sitting there and he's like, oh my god. He's like, we can win. And then Harry's like, oh by golly, John, by golly, Ron, let's do it. And he's like, but there's one issue. And then Harry's like, oh, what is it? And he's like, to leave the king vulnerable, the knight has to go down.
Yeah. Right?
So he's sitting on the horse. Okay? And Harry's like, Ron, we can figure out another way. He's like, there's no other way, Harry, right? And then he's like, no, I'm sure we can. He's like, no, there's no other way. He's like, go in there, get the job done, come out. I'll forget about me. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, what, right? And then like he's like knight to like queen 4, and he moves, and then the queen shows up and like breaks the horse thing, and he goes right, he literally goes mom, and then like he collapses, right?
Yeah.
And I was sitting there thinking like, wait a minute, I rewinded, and he's just like. I rewinded to that scene again, and he's like, you know, go in, get the job done, and he's making it really emotional. I'm like, just get off the horse. You can tell the horse where to go. You don't have to be on it.
In Harry Potter though, there's this thing like, if it's fiction, there's never an argument. There's that thing in movies and series. If it's magic, there is no argument there because it's possible. It's immediately possible.
No, but the thing is like the one good thing I feel like about like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, is that they do a pretty decent job of like defining how magic
rules
works.
And how it works. Yeah.
For example, like you need some form of a wand.
Yeah. To
do your magic.
Yeah.
Right. That's the base requirement. Yeah. And they set all of these things up. So like. If it was like any other show and they don't define any rules or anything, like the what was it? The Fantastic Four remake. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god! Right, we'll get onto that. Right. What happens is where they don't define it, and then like this dumb shit happens. I'll be like, well, it's just a bad movie. Like I won't even question it.
Yeah.
Right. But with Harry Potter, they did such a good job of like defining it that I was just sitting there thinking like that doesn't get a pass. But onto Fantastic Four. Oh my god, this movie.
Was it that bad?
Oh my god, I sat there and like it was what, a 2.5 hour movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe it's like a superhero movie, 2.5 hours long, and there's only a total of like 15 minutes of fight scenes.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what, 2 hours 15 minutes of exposition dump.
Yeah.
Right, and what was it? There was I can't remember who. Someone made this joke. There's a scene in it, right? If it's a spoiler, then tough. Alright, this movie came out in 2015. But what was it? There's a scene in it where like, so you know, Reed Richards is supposed to be like this genius kid. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're talking about the stretch, right?
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then his mate Ben Grimm is the dumbass. Yeah, but he's a tough dude, and he like backs up Rich. And what ends up occurring is what ends up occurring is so you know, how do you introduce these characters? You like show like them in the past, right? Like it's kids in class.
Yeah.
And there's like the teachers like, you know, the teachers like, oh, I want everyone to write write an essay and like deliver a presentation to the class of what you want to be when you're older, right? So it cuts to like this kid at the start going like, oh, I want to be a footballer. The average pay is so and so, and then everyone claps. I'm like, that's not really impressive, right? Yeah. And then they're like, how do they show Reed Richards is like this genius kid? So they get him to the front, and he's just like, I want to go into particle physics. It is within our boundaries that quantum entanglement can. I'm like, just like, oh good God, I hope this kid gets bullied, right? Jesus Christ, I hated it, right? Yeah. And then like everyone's like bullying him, but then Ben Grimm's like, hey, on a minute, he's using smart words, right? Yeah. Which is like, obviously his friend. But then like it turns out that like Ben Grimm lives in like this junkyard area, like a scrapyard area. Yeah. And he like goes into his back garden one day and he sees Reed Richards like looking for like refrigerator parts. Yeah. Yeah. And then he's like what? And then Reed's like, look, like come with me and I'll show you like something really cool, right? And it turns out he's made like a little particle accelerator in his garage. Obviously. Yeah, as you would, right? And he does this, and they're supposed to show like, oh, like no one respects the fact that he's a genius, despite the fact that like if a 12-year-old does make a particle accelerator out of like garbage, he would be frontline news and all that. Yeah. But anyway, it cuts forward to them. This is a weird scene as well, right? This is like early on in the movie. The whole movie is weird. Yeah, if I had to describe the movie, it's just one big weird scene, right? And it cuts to them in like a science fair. Yeah. And they're competing, right? And they're supposed to be like 17 or 16-year-olds, right? But everyone else in the science fair is 12. Okay. It doesn't make sense, right? Like one of the posters is quite literally the science behind what was it? Baking soda volcano, right? Yeah. And Reed's there, and he's like, I've made my little quantum teleporter, right? And you know, if you ever want anything to sound smart, add quantum to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Quantum cake.
Yeah, add quantum diarrhea. Yeah. Right? So that, right? But what happens is there's a scene where like the teacher's like, oh, you know, like let's see what your project's about. Yeah. And he turns around, and he's like, I need a prop, but they don't have a prop. So he turns to the kid in the stall next to him. He's like, hey kid, can I borrow your plane? And he has to lean several feet down because of how young these kids are. Right? I'm like, why is this like 24-year-old in like a kid's science fair? Right? Also, what's his name? Susan Storm. Her father, right, who's like trying to do the whole Fantastic Four program. Does he just go around science fairs looking for kids who have made quantum accelerators or something? Right? And so what happens is he picks up like this little plane from another kid's prop, and he puts it in, and then like the quantum thing works and the plane disappears, but like it shorts out the power in the entire building. Yeah. Then it brings it back on again, but the plane doesn't come back, right? So the teacher says this iconic line. By the way, the person who plays the teacher is the same guy that voices Homer Simpson, which is really interesting. I don't know why. That was probably the most interesting thing in the entire movie, right? But
just brain.
No. But what happens is the teacher says this line where like he says, Mr. Richards, this is a science fair, not a magic show, right? And I'm sitting there thinking like, even if the plane didn't come back, he did something amazing there. Yeah. He made matter disappear, right? Like, even if let's say
Richard, not again. Where is it?
Yeah, it's like saying,
Eight of Spades.
No, it's like literally going like, hey, like you've made this machine that can like make things. You're a liar. You're a phony. A big fat phony, right? I was just sitting there thinking like, you absolute morons. And then this is the issue. So back to like not defining how powers work in this universe. Yeah. Victor Von Doom. Like I'm not like, it's been a while, like a long while since I've like looked into comics, but Victor Von Doom or Doctor Doom has always been my favorite. Yeah. Right. Like if you look into the background of the character and stuff, he's phenomenal. Right. Well written until you get to this movie. Right. And so his name in the movie is Victor Von Doom. In the comics, it's always been Victor Von Doom. Yeah. But like in the prior to it, the issue with the Fantastic Four movie is it went through a lot of redos. Before it got released, so they changed a lot of stuff. So in the original run, they were going to keep his name as Victor Domachev,
Oh shit!
Right, and then because I was thinking about this. There's a point in the movie where Susan Storm where he says he's like Victor Von Doom says something and Susan Storm's like oh, Doctor Doom over here, right? Yeah. And now I was thinking, like, if his name was Victor Domachev, it would make sense. He's like, oh, Domachev, Doom. Maybe I will be Doctor Doom. But his name is actually, like, his last name's actually Doom. So when she says Doctor Doom, naturally you'd react like, I've heard that joke 16 million fucking times, right? You weren't the first person. It's not fun. Ha ha ha. Make fun of the Latvian, right?
Bitch.
Yeah, exactly, right? But no, there's a scene where, like, he goes into, like, the negative zone and he gets his powers, right? And the thing is, like, in the comics, if I remember correctly, Victor Von Doom's powers were always, like, he was like magic and science based.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know how you have Doctor Strange and he's like the Sorcerer Supreme?
Yeah.
Victor Von Doom was technically trained with the same sorcerers that taught Doctor Strange.
Oh.
So his magic is in the same range.
Okay.
Right? But in this, like, he goes to the quantum zone and he gets his powers and, like, they do such a sloppy job of defining it. Like, he gets strapped to a chair. He's like, I want to get out. So he blows the head off of everyone in the room just by looking at them.
Okay.
Then he, like, breaks his shackles, right? And you're like, oh, this dude's OP. What the hell, right? And he's walking through, like, this corridor and everyone's firing at him and the bullets are just pinging off and he's just blowing their heads left and right. But then in the final fight, he just forgets that he has that power and gets his ass whooped.
Whoops.
It's so bad. This is what I mean, like, when they don't define it.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So yeah, long story short, Prison Break, right?
Go for it, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a mess of a series, and like you said about Star Wars, the main character is just like the same one face the whole fucking movie,
100%.
the whole fucking series. Just like he's always hungry. Like,
I actually, real quick, I do want to say this, right? Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley is a handsome woman. Handsome.
The
girl, Ray, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's got jawline goals, dude.
Okay.
I was like, yo. I remember in an interview she said, like, oh, they were like, what's the one thing that you've done that you're really proud of? And she's like, oh, I managed to deadlift 90 kilos.
Really?
Right? Yeah, and I was like, and they showed the video, I'm like, fuck. It also looks like she deadlifts the same weight with her jaws. Jesus.
I think. Oh, actually, Six Underground. Have you heard of it?
No.
It came out recently on Netflix. I'm pretty sure with Ryan Reynolds and shit like that.
Oh, I think I've seen this. I've seen the Six Underground.
I'm like a mega fan of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like anything that comes out with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I'm mad about it immediately.
Yeah.
But another thing I hate, because a lot of this I'm gonna relate it to Fast and Furious. I hate Fast and Furious so much.
This is the one where, like, he's got like a ragtag Suicide Squad or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So, Ryan Reynolds, as always, is funny, and I just like seeing him in anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
But it's just. You know how in Fast and Furious they started it off with not even telling you where the characters come from?
Yeah.
They just have this, I like racing, I have a sick car, and family is important. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they give you about the characters.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes the characters, like, even though people like the characters, they don't really care what happened before that led them to racing and all that. They
just care about the now.
Yeah, just caring about the shit, that's sick, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright. That's dope.
Yeah.
Right. Six Underground, it started marvelously. Like, ooh, that was British. It started really good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it started really fucking good with just the guy driving.
Yeah.
He was pretty sick. Then they had the fucking Skywalker guy, and he was doing parkour over fucking Italy rooftops and shit. He was fucking Assassin's Creed all over that bullshit, right? But with guns and a car. So it's just like, yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. And then suddenly they started showing the like rewinds or some shit like that. Like they started showing how the characters came to be.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like how for example Ryan Reynolds became 1 instead of whatever the name is.
Yeah.
How fucking the Doctor is number forgot the number.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much I cared about the characters.
Yeah.
It was just a cool movie. It was supposed to be a cool movie.
Yeah.
Why'd you give him a background?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they started giving these characters backgrounds, and I may not have paid attention or something like that, but at some point, he has like 9 people in the wall, like 9 pictures of people, numbered as well. And they got this new guy, and since they got the new guy, they have to show the plans to everyone. Like, they didn't show it before. Ryan Reynolds didn't show it to anyone before. He just waited for the new guy to come in. He's like, okay then. So they didn't have a plan. Okay. So when he tells them about the plan, he pulls one of the numbers down, and people can see the character. Yeah. And he's like, oh, this guy is really bad. Behind these numbers, there's 9 people. They're really bad.
Yeah.
I don't remember they mentioning the other 8 people at any point in time in the movie. It was just that one time that he just said there's 9 people. They're bad. And
did it end as if it was gonna have a sequel? Or?
No.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah,
so
that's one complaint. But yeah, and the other one is just that they showed background to the characters. You just get confused. You're like, did they know each other before this? Wait, yeah. Oh wait, no, they didn't. Oh wait, what? Oh wait, what? Maybe they did.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is happening? Also, no. So Ryan Reynolds in that movie, his character is just like, he's a billionaire and he's really smart, so he can create whatever he wants, however he wants. But supposedly he's a ghost. No one knows he's alive.
He exists. Yeah.
How is he paying for things? Where is the money coming from?
Do you know a really good movie that does that really well? The Accountant. I don't know if you've seen it. It's got Ben Affleck in it, right?
Yeah.
And he plays this. So he plays this forensic accountant technically.
Yeah.
But like, that's such an underrated movie. It's got really good action and a really good written character. He's supposed to play this kid with Asperger's syndrome.
Yeah.
Right? As Stewie from Family Guy said, that's the smartest disability ever. Right?
Yeah.
And what happens is like he's got like major OCD and stuff like that, and it's revealed that so they start the movie off with him like his mother walking out on him as a kid, and his father was in the military, so his father couldn't really look after him properly and stuff like that. But he's a genius anyway, right? So they send him to the school for like people with disabilities but are still really gifted, right? And then it cuts to how he became like an accountant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then as the movie goes on, they show like nice segments in between, right? About like what his past is and stuff like that, right? And it's so clever. But the thing is, the way they do it is like he's also technically supposed to be a ghost. Yeah. Like he assumes different identities. Yeah. Right? But he's always got like, they imply straight away at the start of the movie the reason he can get all of these funds and pays like for himself is he's got a woman kind of acting like like his face pretty much. Yeah. She's the one taking in all of the information, taking in all the payments and sending it to him. Okay. And she keeps a share. So they define it at the start of the movie. Yeah. Yeah. So. But which
makes it fair enough.
Yeah, yeah. But in this, I'm guessing they just don't.
In 6 Underground, they just say like, "Oh, we're ghosts. No one knows we're alive because we either faked our deaths or just somehow made it out alive." And he's just like, he's a billionaire who has a fucking house inside a fallen airplane. Yeah. It has all kinds of technology that supposedly, I guess, he made it. Yeah. And they go to coffee shops and shit like that with no problem because we're in towns, no one's ever seen us, no one knows us, blah blah blah. We don't.
I'd be so paranoid. Right. They'd be like, no one knows we're alive. Ah, okay, cool. And I walk into a coffee shop. He saw me. Does he know I'm alive?
I need to shoot him. It's like, okay. Yeah, just that. I think that's about all I have to complain about 6 Underground. The next thing I'd complain about is fucking John Wick 3.
Really?
Yes. So
I'll be honest. My one issue with it is like. Over a puppy? No. My one issue with it is it did feel very like it. You know the first 2 John Wick movies, right? Yeah. He was in tight situations, but they always showed him getting out because he calculated for it. Yeah. In this movie, it felt like most of the situations he was in, he just got lucky.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I like that's where they lost me.
I think in the movie like. Storyline, so to speak, it kind of makes sense that he got lucky because he had so many people after him that he had to fight constantly throughout a day.
Yeah, but then again, in the second one, okay, so in the first one, he comes out of retirement, right? Technically speaking, no one wants to help him. Takes down the entire Russian mob, right?
Yep.
What does he do? He gets help from one dude who's a sniper.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was about it. Okay.
Yes.
He still takes down the mob on his own.
Okay.
Yeah. Second movie, he takes on like an entire syndicate, basically, right?
Yeah.
The Don Gioni Cappuccino family, right?
Oh, you Italian?
Sorry, Cappuccino family, and satire. No, and what happens is, even in that movie, he uses his gold coin. By the way, those gold it looks like those gold coins can get you into uni, right? With the way he pays for it. But like the thing is, like he buys a new suit, right, which can like stop bullets. Like you know he gets that suit and like it's lightweight, and if you get shot, the bullet doesn't penetrate.
Wait, is that
in the second one?
Oh, yeah, that's why. I was gonna ask something, but yeah, that makes more sense.
Why he like gets
in the third
shot.
movie gets shot and just survives.
Yeah. No, it's because those suits like absorb the bullets. Like they don't allow the bullets to penetrate, but they don't absorb the impact. Which means technically when he gets shot, literally he must have broken ribs.
The whole body just flies off.
Yeah. No. So but even in that movie, he takes down an entire syndicate organization, which is what leads to like everyone coming after him. Which, by the way, with everyone coming after him in this third movie, it didn't feel like everyone was coming after him. It felt like what, the Yakuza, because the Japanese sushi people were like...
Yeah, it sounded like one of the teams was going after him.
Yeah. And so there's gonna... Wait, what did you not like about it?
I wasn't gonna complain about the movie itself.
Yeah.
Because like, it's a John Wick movie. What are you expecting from it? Violence and...
Yeah.
That's about it,
yeah,
really.
You get it, yeah.
And it's kind of funny because it's Keanu Reeves.
Being Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, pretty much. But the thing is, if you notice, no fighting moment has music to it.
Yeah.
Right? It just sounds like Gay 6. Close your eyes, listen to it. It just sounds like Gay 6. Just like, oh, okay.
The thing is, having said that, right?
Yeah.
Like credit to the that's another thing as well. The fight scenes in this movie didn't feel too good.
They actually didn't.
The first and second ones were phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
But like in this one, there's a scene where he fights like these two Cambodian men.
They're clearly fucking destroying him.
Yeah, they're destroying him, and he's about to lose, and then they stop, right? And they're like, "Wow, he survived." And then one of them goes like, "Of course he did. He's John Wick." And then they help him up, and then they get like beaten the shit out of, right? And you're like, no one does this. There's what, like a $14 million bounty or something on his head?
Yeah, 14 million.
Yeah. And what? I go, oh my god. And then what happened was, is like near the end of the movie, they're like, oh, where's John? Like, oh, this is your time for judgment. And like, he survives, but now people are still after him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, I get it. Like they're setting it up. And then you know what I'd like, right? In like John Wick 5. I know there's a fourth, but in John Wick 5,
there's a fourth.
Yeah, because the way the third one ended, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Right.
There's going to be.
Yeah, there's going to be.
It's like, oh, I'll make him out.
But like I want the way with the way I want the fourth one to end, right?
Yeah.
Is that what is it? He like goes like running and he's like in the middle of like, I don't know, Cambodia, right? And then he kills like he's like they're like
tells the dog to shoot him.
No.
Killed by a best friend.
No. And then like he's like on the run, and then it's revealed like, I don't know, he killed an alien, and then near the end of the credits, Thanos' army is like arriving on Earth, and they're after him now, right? And he's gotta like, he walks into like a W.H. Smith, and then like he looks at like, no, what he does is, I'd like a scene where he walks into like a military base and he like looks at the guns, looks at the like mini guns and stuff like that. And he's like, no, not for me. Then he goes into like a SWAT base, right? And he looks at the riot shields and the tasers and stuff. He's like, not for me. Goes into W.H. Smith, takes a basket and puts all the 2B pencils and then, like, in the next movie, like, Thanos' army shows up and he just got a bunch of pencils with like a barbecue apron on it that says world's best, with a barbecue apron on it that says world's best Baba Yaga, right? Like the boogeyman, and he's like running around. And he's just like an alien just goes Ree! And then he just like stabs it in like its Gauss pocket or whatever it is, right? and then like when that ends, right, and he's got like the Infinity Gauntlet, right? Yeah. I'm doing a big crossover here, because why not at this point, right? And then at that point he's got the Infinity Gauntlet, right?
Yeah, obviously.
And then what ends up occurring is like he's like, and he snaps his finger, but then it rolls credits, and like, what could have happened, right? And then after credits, right, it's revealed that like every Keanu Reeves character from every different timeline have to kill each other to like find out the one supreme Keanu Reeves. So you get like Neo from the Matrix, and then you got what's his name, the high one, the high one, or Bill and Ted. Like, is it Bill and Ted's? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But no. It's where is it? Bill and Ted. Yeah, Bill and Ted's Adventure. Where like this is like high Keanu Reeves.
Oh no, I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
No,
It's
really old, right?
Wait, that's Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, that's Keanu Reeves. You know the meme where it's like him looking and going like, wait a minute, if this is this, then this must mean this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where the meme comes from.
Oh, and, fuck, I didn't realize it was Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, wow. Okay, and then you have Keanu Reeves from the really bad movie where he's like living alone and then two Spanish girls come to his house and they want to have sex with him.
Oh yeah,
that movie, right?
The horror movie.
Like all of the.
No, do hot girls want to have sex with me? No.
Nay, female witches.
I'm a DJ, by the
way. But no, here's the thing, right? So in that entire movie, like, that's what I'd want to happen. I'd want all of the Keanu Reeves to like kill each other until you find like the one true Keanu Reeves, right? And like even like you know in the new SpongeBob movie, Tumbleweed Keanu Reeves. I want him to show up as well.
Oh my god!
Right?
Great.
And
yeah.
Because like he's got 2B pencils. How'd you stab a tumbleweed? They're nothing but holes. You know?
Make noodles.
Whoa! Right? But yeah, no. When all the Keanu Reeves are facing each other, Tumbleweed Keanu Reeves goes in the middle. Right? Yeah. Right? And like whilst everyone's fighting, the horror move Keanu Reeves like, who's gonna have sex with me?
I can't believe it. My wife is away again.
He's like, no, you're forcing yourselves on me. But yeah, so no, I don't know. The third one felt kind of lackluster.
Yeah, a little bit.
What was really cool was the scenes with the two dogs.
With the two dogs, right? Yes. I really like that. Actually,
they were really well done.
But they had no Keanu Reeves whatsoever.
No.
That was all
like,
the dogs.
But like they responded really well to Arabic. So these dogs are bilingual. Right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, because like she's holding a gun and then she's like Mahush, Ahuch, and the two dogs like run out of nowhere and like one like attacks from the back, the other attacks from the front, and then she's like
bite their balls off.
Yeah, and then like, oh my god, that entire scene was so well done though. Jokes aside,
yeah.
Like the way they like mix the combat in with the two dogs as well.
Yeah.
Like the scene where she's like, she moves forward with one dog between her legs.
Yeah.
Right, and then the other dog circling the air. I was like, these are like real tactics like the police use. It's so cool. Yeah.
That scene was actually really good. One thing I didn't understand about it is like, how many shots to the head do you have to give to someone to kill them?
Who got
two maybe? But they shot two every time.
I liked the scene where the one scene I did like, and you see it in the trailer as well, where he's fighting in like some museum, and then like there's like a bunch of knives in like one of the exhibits.
Yeah.
And like a dude is moving back, and he like takes him and he just like kills him by like throwing a bunch of knives at him. That scene was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but after that it was.
He threw an axe and shit. That one.
Yeah. It was, but yeah, this movie felt really lackluster.
Yeah, I didn't like it as much either.
On the bright side, we got to see like he does a lot more traveling in this movie.
Yeah, but I think the movie is self-aware because at the end, the character, the fucking king was like, "I'm very angry. Are you angry?" And John Wick is like, Yeah. Oh, and you're like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Fucking hated this shit. Imagine people that paid for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad, but there's quite a few things you can complain about.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Moving on. Or do you want to say anything else?
No, that's it.
This is completely different. So, what would you actually do on a trip to another country, if by yourself?
Like John Wick style.
Yeah, just go to the desert and wait for someone to find me.
John Wick style. Sorry, one more thing about the John Wick movie, real quick. It was like real quick. Halle Berry looks really good for someone in her 50s. The girl with the 2 dogs.
Oh yeah.
She looks really good.
50s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know 100. I was like, what the fuck? But there's a scene in it as well where like she takes him to the middle of the desert and she's like, walk north and you'll get there. And she's like, here's some water, right? And she drinks it. And she drinks it again, and then she goes. And I was like sitting there going like, yeah, that's kind of hot. That's kind of like kissing Halle Berry.
Fucking nerds being like, hey Sarah, do you want to drink from my water bottle?
No, but yeah, sorry. Where would I go? Do you know? I always said, if shit ever hits the fan for me,
yeah,
right, I'd learn like a bunch of card tricks, right, and coin tricks, yeah, and then go to like Kathmandu or Mogadishu.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And become a witch doctor.
No. What I'm saying is, like, you visit a country, what would you do in the country? Like, would you have plans when going to a country?
Alright. So, like, if this was witch doctor me, right? If this is witch doctor me,
yes.
I'd go into, like, a tribe, show them really basic magic tricks, right? And they'll be like, oh my god, you're a god.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my me. And then what will happen is, like, in the event of, like, a disaster, I'd be like, you know...
Just have to bang every woman in the tribe.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying though.
But
visiting
me as a person, no. I don't know. Alright, so let's see. It depends on the country. You get countries like Switzerland.
Yeah.
You know, they're just there for the scenic stuff. The mountains, the Swiss cows.
Yeah.
Those kind of places, I'd probably stay closer to woodland mountain areas because that's where most of the appeal is.
Okay.
Yeah, but like if you have like New York in America, wouldn't go there.
I would go to America overall.
Really?
Yeah.
I think North America's pretty good.
Canada,
Alaska, all of those. But then again, those are like greenery.
Yeah, there you
forest
go.
areas.
Yeah, I don't see the United States as good at all.
Singapore, if you're made of money.
Oh yes. Just go to the airport.
Huh?
Just go to the airport. I just missed my
Wow,
flight.
so cultural. Singapore. I'm trying to avoid India. Dubai. Places, yeah. I feel like these places where you can. Places like these, you would go, and you'd stay in the city on purpose. Yeah. Right.
Let's say money isn't an issue, right?
Yeah.
Just do whatever.
But the point I'm trying to make is like in these places like that, you'd stay in the city because their city life is a lot more impressive.
Yeah.
But in countries like Switzerland, you get really good city life or really good like country life, if you get what I mean, like the farm life. Yeah. Right. I don't know. I'd say. Okay, let's say we go to Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Shisha. Non-stop. See what the Arabians are like hyping on.
I'd fucking die if I were to smoke shisha constantly.
Huh?
I'd fucking die. I'd pass out.
No.
I get dizzy from that shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I've never done shisha.
Oh.
So I'm just tooting my own horn here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It gets to you for.
And then.
If you knew it.
If not, the thing is like I'm very impressionable.
Okay.
So if money isn't an issue and I go there. You'd be like, yo, where's Kumi Toons? And I'd turn around and be like, there's no, Kumi Toons is dead. This is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar now, right? And I've got like the little beard thing there with our mustache, right? And I'm like,
where did you get that beard? Someone's pubes, I don't know.
and this is my pet lion, Farouk. Right? And then they're like Kumar. They're like, oh shit, like is this lion tamed? I'm like, it's fine, yalla habibi, right? And it's just like, it just eats a kid. I'm like, he's just playful, right? I get scratched by it. I have to put it down.
He's 20 for you.
no, he's playing, okay? And then like there's just a woman like, my kid's dead. He's like, shouldn't have raised such a pussy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If I went by myself,
yeah,
like
all day, by myself,
all day, take a nap, sleep again, whatever.
You sounded so lackluster. Take a nap, go to bed, set an alarm, put it on snooze.
I'm already sleeping though. But like, I don't see myself doing anything aside from eating.
Yeah, true. Food would be a big thing.
Right?
100%.
What the fuck do you do in a foreign country? I don't have my computer. There's no point in me staying in a room playing games or something.
Yeah.
I just go eat.
Yeah.
Like a depressed fat.
Yeah, no, I don't. Oh, great.
There we go.
Now we're gonna get demonetized and we're not even on YouTube.
That's crazy.
No, true actually. Food. Would you do a lot of outdoor sports?
Oh no, I don't think so.
Just a lot of traveling, right? You'd like walk places.
Yeah.
Sightseeing.
Worst case scenario, I'd get an Uber to somewhere.
Yeah. Would you go and see the nightlife?
By myself, no.
No,
with someone
yeah,
else.
as a group. Let's say you and I go.
Yeah, I would.
We'd
I'd
see-
probably do it.
And how long do you reckon before one of us gets like abducted and sold in the?
I'd immediately get stabbed and go to the hospital.
Nah, I reckon what would happen to you is sex trade. I reckon.
Chow's so fuckable. Fuck. You just go around the club like, oh, that guy's so fuckable, right?
100%.
And he's like, yeah, I could sell it for £10.
£10 is quite a lot though if you're gonna.
I found the blowjob shirt.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh shit.
I was so happy.
You know what I would like on Refreshers Fair if you and Rob, like if Rob wears the
hentai one and
then you wear that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be great.
that'd be great.
Let's invite Rob.
And he's just gonna show up.
It's like, oh yeah, I just came anyway.
He's so apologetic, it's weird.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I came anyway.
I got the invite. Sorry for coming.
No, I love Rob.
Yeah, Rob's great. But yeah, no. Here's the thing, right? I feel, and like the thing is, like I'm very sleazy. So like in that situation, when you're like, hey, I'm getting abducted, I'll be like, well, I gotta get going.
No, but what made me think about this? I saw these bunch of streamers go to Japan, and they went to this cafe with like fuck that was so cringy actually. It's like this cafe where they the maids treat you like your fucking master or something. They're like, konnichiwa.
Oh yeah.
It's like okay, right? That is cringy as hell. I didn't like that, but at the same time, I'd probably go there for the food anyway.
You go there for the food, but I feel like at the same time as well, like you'd want to experience that.
It would be a fun experience as a group.
100%.
Not alone is just weird.
You'd be memeing so hard. Because the thing is, like, you know, they'll say that they'll do whatever they can to please master within reason.
Yeah.
Right. So what would you do? What I do is, if we both got mates, I'd throw a knife in between and be like, kill his mate, and go into combat.
I did it with my left hand. That's why
I look so weak. No, but seriously, yeah, I feel like here's the thing, right? You know, traveling and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be fun to do. It would be fun to do it on your own, right? But for like the thing is like, for safety reasons and for like just like to not get bored, I think 2 is a max you'd go traveling with.
What are the 2 mates you have with things? Oh, that's kind of gay. We're not in New Jersey.
We're not in New Jersey. No, the thing is like, yeah, I'd travel with one other person.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the best way to travel.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. But even then, I'd spend most of my time doing food stuff.
Food stuff, yeah. Maybe don't say it like that.
Yeah, doing food stuff.
Just do what's the word? A mukbang? Yeah, do a mukbang. Have you seen how bad mukbangs have gone on YouTube?
Oh no, I haven't seen them lately.
There's one where it's this big black chick and she pulls out like, I thought these crabs went extinct, right? She pulls it out and she's like, oh my god, guys, look at this crab. And then she looks at it, right? Just like, what the hell? I was sitting there like
grab technique.
No, I was sitting there thinking like, yo, is everyone okay with her eating a fossil? What is this? Right? And like they get like this weird butter sauce, right? And what puts me on edge is like her nails are really long.
Okay.
And like the food gets stuck in it.
Oh.
And they make it.
Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. That puts me on edge. And like the worst part is like, she eats.
Taking it off.
No, she eats, and then like half, like maybe like a third of the way through, she forgets the fact that like she's eating, and like the sauce like drips there, and she doesn't move it.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Delicious.
Oh, you're a gorgeous woman.
Oh my god, she's so powerful.
This is what YouTube is doing.
Oh my god, it's so right. Actually, wait. Returning to the main point, and like I feel like a good cut-off point.
Yeah.
I told you I wouldn't tell you this until we started the podcast about traveling.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
I was coming back from Victoria Station.
Yeah.
Right, and I like got the train to Gillingham.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was very quiet until I got to Chatham, right, and this couple got on board, right, and they were like 17, 18, yeah, and like the girl's just like, I don't remember you being this insecure, Darren, right, and he's like, when was I insecure? And they sit down on like the row opposite me, right, and then she's like really, and he's like, yeah, and she's like, really, and he's like, yeah, and then she's like, you followed me into the girls' toilets, waited outside my cubicle, and then asked me who was I texting. Right, and then he was like, well, I just think it's a bit funny, Sarah, that you have to go to the cubicle to text a friend. And then she's like, I wasn't texting anyone, Darren. And then he's like, what were you doing in the girls' toilet? She's like, I was trying to take a shit. And she yelled that in the middle of the train. I was like, yo, you guys couldn't have gotten on like 2 stops earlier. I gotta get off next stop. I wanna know what Darren did.
I'm getting off to this conversation.
We're not in New Jersey. It was such a. I was like, huh. You know, like the thing I like about Medway.
Yeah.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Like,
yeah.
It's so good. You know, down our road there was like that scatter of shit.
Yeah.
That's gone now, but slightly further up, someone else contributed to it. And I was like, what? I was wearing these exact shoes, and I was like, man, I really need to like give these shoes like a good wipe down, right? Yeah. I was like looking at them, and I was like, oh fuck, right? And I looked up, and so clearly somebody just went, ah, okay, competition. I don't even think it's dog shit anymore. I don't even think it's dog shit anymore. I refuse to believe right now that it is dog shit.
Oh, shit.
I think someone clearly like goes out on the piss and then just doesn't know how to take a shit.
We actually had an issue with just fucking gypsies coming down with horses in the middle of the road, and the horses just shit everywhere throughout the road.
What?
Back in Portugal.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Every now and again, just a bunch of horse shit down the road. It's like, okay then.
We had
So horses on the sidewalk here.
Near where I lived, we had like a bunch of Irish gypsies that came.
Yeah.
And there's like a buffet. And
we're talking about shit in a buffet. This is strange.
No. So this is the reason is like that there were like these 4 or 5 gypsy kids that went in.
Yeah.
And usually at the buffet, you ask for the table, they give you the table, you go for the food, and then you pay at the end.
Yeah.
But these people knew that they were gypsies, so they made them pay up front.
Okay.
Right. And then like they're Irish, right?
Word.
And literally, I could not think of like a bigger stereotype because all 3 of them were girls, and as soon as like the buffet started, it was like international and continental, right? And they all went for the potatoes. Potatoes, like literally, they went straight for it. I was like, what?
What do you want? Potato.
Potato. Oh man, gypsies. Aren't they great? Have you seen the movie Snatch?
No.
Oh, they make so much fun of gypsies there.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's really good. It's like a cult classic.
Is it?
Yeah, I recommend you watch it.
I'll watch it.
If you want to see a good, funny movie, watch Snatch.
Fair enough.
So good. So good.
I'll check it out.
What's been happening with you sexually?
I slept for 12 hours.
And
my ex wants to bang me. My ex that has a boyfriend wants to bang me. That's about it.
Oh shit.
That's pretty much on my social life right there.
And they say loyalty's dead.
It's like, goddamn. Goddamn. The thing is, people might think that we had a weird, like, breakup, kind of like, I just broke it up. But technically, if you see the text messages, it was very, like, agreed upon, both of us. It's just weird. It's just weird all of a sudden. Also the stalking.
Yeah.
By the way, this whole conversation about she wanting to fuck me was that she asked me, "Were you in Camden today?" I'm like, "No, I haven't left the house in months. What are you talking about?" It's like,
Camden, like in London.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. It's like, how the fuck did you see me in Camden? I'm actively looking for me. What the fuck? What the fuck? Alright, chill.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeez. She always looks so perplexed. She always looks so perplexed.
Oh, fuck. Until I realized yesterday when you mentioned it. I didn't realize it today. I just woke up like...
Yeah. It's like, what is it? It's like when you swallow a lemon.
Or you like, swallow a lemon, the whole lemon.
No, it's like when you have a slice on the tip of your tongue and you're not allowed to swallow it. So that's why you're like, you know. Those of you can't see what we're doing, but fucking hell.
It's a specific. You have a slice of lemon.
Yeah.
You can put it in your mouth, but you can't swallow.
Well, no, that's what your face would turn into. You make fun of me, but you know I'm right. You know I'm right. Yeah. It's like the other person I said that looks like a thumb.
The other one looks like the back of the
It's like if the back of an elbow grew up and had a cold. You know what the worst part is, right? I did do good at creative writing for English.
This is great. Oh shit.
Oh man. The thing is, are you gonna go there?
What?
Your ex.
I'm gonna ask her if she gives me head, and then I'll consider it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Straight up.
Fuck. Fair enough, man.
Everybody gangsta until Joe asks for head.
You know, it's like that scene in Family Guy. It's like, oh, what's been new with you? Oh, I got like this. It's dude, this sucks. And you're like, oh, what is it? He's like, I told my ex if she gives me head, I'll fuck her. And you're just like, those both sound like wins for you. Jeez. Alright then, in that case, I think that's a good way to end this podcast.
On that good note. Alright, thanks everyone for watching or listening. And we'll see you next month.
Next month, yeah?
Yeah.
Although I do feel like, and I don't want to like bite off more than I can chew here, I do feel like if people do receive this really well, we could do it a little bit more frequently.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
But
thanks
with all
for...
these exams, though, I'm so busy.
God, getting good grades is tough when you can't sleep with your lecturers. Alright, take it easy, guys.
That's great.